Welcome to Annexa on Air. I'm Laura Lopez, Functional Consultant at Annexa. Today we're diving into our top 3 customization hacks. We'll demonstrate how you can tailor the NetSuite solution to maximize its potential. Joining us is my colleague Sonia, who will walk you through these innovative customization techniques. Let's get started.
Okay, I want to go through 3 tips or tricks today. We've only got a few minutes left, but I would really like to cover these off in NetSuite. The first one was a customer that wanted to be able to make it straightforward for sales staff to view an invoice profitability report directly from a customer's form where they were talking to the customer. The reason they wanted them to do this is so that they could see that profitability while they were discussing discounts. Now, that's not for everyone, but that's what the customer wanted in this case. Let's take a look at how the report looks when we go directly to it through the menu or the favorites. Just contains a list of invoices we can see here with the GP. This one's filtered by month. It's showing us all the invoices that are there. But let's have a look at it if we look at it by customer. So we'll open up our specific customer, Sheet Metals Australia. And what we've done on this customer is we've added a new custom field, which is a hyperlink. And when we click on the hyperlink, it opens the same report, but this time you only get the invoices for that customer. So to have a look at how that hyperlink works, and it's also in the PDF that will be attached to this presentation, so you can get a look later on. All we need to do is copy the HTML address of the report that we want, create this new hyperlink field, so anything your NetSuite administrator should be able to do, or contact us if you want help. And in here, we paste in that hyperlink report as a formula. See the formula there? But the special thing that we do is we use the customer ID rather than just the report HTML. So we're the customer ID, and in formula speak, these 2 lines mean concatenate. So take the customer ID, and this is the field for the customer ID. Now you do need to know what the fields are, but a NetSuite administrator should be able to work that one out for you. And that's how we get a custom report. Okay, let's look at another tip. Another one which leads into Bart talking about our suite apps that we can get is the ability to add an organisation chart into the dashboard. So this is a NetSuite app. It's provided free of charge. My clients found it useful because they got sick of updating their staff list with contact details all the time. They wanted staff to be able to look at them in their dashboard. So if you haven't seen NetSuite before, the dashboard contains our daily journey in NetSuite, and we can add and customize it to do what we need to. So I'm going to move away from standard content and look at the Suite app. Here's one I downloaded earlier, and there was some setup, but again, you can always contact your NetSuite consultant for that. Once we update our dashboard by adding that new app in, shouldn't take long to come up. We can then see, we can look for people. Oops, too many clicks. Oh well, we'll go a slightly different way. By clicking on it, you can actually get a list of all of your staff. And you can see here their contact details. You can see some are missing. Now, as a staff member, this is all I can see. I actually need HR privileges to be able to drill down and update or edit that information. What I could also do, that's because I've got all of my staff here, is say, hey, I'd like to see just the New Zealand ones. So I can look in, pull in New Zealand and say, I'd like to see that subsidiary only and get just my New Zealand list. What I can also do, another special feature it offers, is this organisation chart where we can see things by supervisors and the people underneath those supervisors. So I can see the first 2 levels here of my staff, and then to see more, if John had more employees, it would say 5 or 6 or 20, whatever it might say, and you can click on those and see the people underneath. So there's a feature in NetSuite called a mass update. And on a mass update, it's very similar to a saved search. So if we look in here, here's one I've created earlier to update the item web description. Similar to a saved search in that you put your criteria in the front, and they wanted to find anything that was empty because they had done some manual updates. But I'm going to make it quick because I want to run it for the demo now. So I'm saying it's only going to apply to this one stock item. And what's different from a saved search is this tab here, the mass update field tab. And in here, you select what you want to update, and usually you might put the text in that you're updating it with, or if it had a tick box, the tick box. But we're going to do something a little bit special. We're going to actually update it with a formula, and the formula is going to say, take the item ID, this field name, take the item description, and remember what these two meant in formula speak? Concatenate. So bring them together with a little hyphen and some space in the middle. So what we can do is preview it and check that it's going to do the right update before we run it. Let's do a quick preview. And in here, we can see which field is being updated, blank at the moment, and we can see the data it's going to update with. Let's perform the update. Tells me that it successfully performed one update on the records. Now, if you had thousands, you can schedule it to run overnight. Let's have a look at the item and make sure it did the update correctly. So we'll go in here. We can probably open it from our last recent records. Let's have a look at this item, and we can see in here now that that web store description has updated. Now again, I know I went through that quickly, but the PDF is attached to the presentation. If you want to be able to set up your own mass updates, you'll have a starting point to go from.
We hope you found those tips beneficial. Thanks for watching Annexa on Air, and stay tuned for the next episode.